Hello Aries and welcome to Serona Tarot. This is your July 2020 general reading forecast for the sign of Aries, and that will be Sun, Moon and Rising. Cross watchers are welcome. Genders are non-specific. We work with divine feminine and divine masculine energies. If this does resonate with you, fantastic. It means that we do have an energetic connection. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share it, comment, anything you like really. I'd read all the comments. I'd be delighted with that. If this doesn't resonate with you, then thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I'm honored. And I do hope that you find a reader that does tune in with you. For everyone else, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You'll know which aspects really resonate with you and which ones don't, as well as obviously things coming up. Right, so before we start, just a couple of seconds to tune in with me. So if I can ask you to give me your energy over here just for a few moments. Right, okay, so Aries, Aries, Aries. What are the general energies coming for you in July 2020? Just so that you're aware, I do shuffle on camera. I take jumpers from the pack. So if it starts to get a little time consuming, just fast forward. It's fine. Oh, the cards are a little stubborn. Right. Aries, Aries, Aries. July 2020. What is the general message, the general energy for Aries 2020? One card, please. One card, please, for Aries 2020. July 2020. General message, please, for Aries. It's given me 3 cards now. I just need 1, 2 maximum, please. 1 for Aries. Thank you. Flexibility. Right. Oh, we do have 2. Flexibility and purity. So July, you've been called on to stretch yourself, to be more flexible in adjustments, adaptations. It is represented here with the tiger, who is quite able to adjust. He's a survivor. She's a survivor, able to adjust to the jungle life, the unknown, senses of change. And then we have purity here with these 2 beautiful different colored eyes as well of this wolf. So there's a deep purity within you coming out in July. But that means with the flexibility, it's like stripping away of habits and patterns to reveal the deep, pure side of your nature that is coming to light. So plop these over here. Hopefully they don't burn. Did burn a few couple of cards earlier today. So there we go. Right, Moonologies. We do have the eclipse coming on the 4th, 5th of July, depending where you are in the world. And this is the full moon eclipse in Capricorn. It will mark a huge release and transformational energy of the month of July on the collective. So expect quite a haphazard time. We did have 2 big eclipses in June. You might have noticed the energies there. So we'll see if and how that relates to your general energy for the month of July. Can you please get a Moonology card for Aries, July 2020? What's the general energy for July 2020? The general energy for July 2020, Aries. Thank you. Okay. Ooh. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. This came up with a different reading. This came up with, which one was it? with me, I'm just checking my notes. With Capricorn, the same card came up with Capricorn. So just for some of you out there, this could be a new romantic cycle beginning with Capricorn. So that's exciting. Fire and earth with Aries. You never know. It could work. Is it a match made in heaven? Okay, we'll get some starseed energies that are surrounding you for the month of July as a collective. What is starseed energy surrounding Aries for the month of July 2020, please? Thank you. Beautiful. All paths lead home. In authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So definitely I'm picking up on this purity card again. So you're finding a lot of solace in your inner body, in your inner world, especially if you have the opportunity to meditate. There's a purity that you are sort of sourcing coming through the intuition. Now I feel like the flexibility, you are also feeling tuned and drawn to a particular situation, separate to the norm, different to how you would normally behave, where there are patterns and resistance in your life. You are being called to loosen the attachment, lower your guard, and start to pay attention to your intuition, because there's new insight coming through from your intuition, and that is the purest form of navigating where you work and where you move in the world. With a new romantic cycle begins, this could be a renewal of a cycle that you are already established in, so it's just up to the next level. Or it could be that if you're single, that ooh la la, times are changing and the dry season is over. But we'll see how the other cards turn out with regards to that. Can we get a Work Your Light Oracle card, please, for Aries, July 2020? Two cards. I'll try and take the two. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Now, Aries, you've got a lot of fire spirit in you. You are a fire sign, okay? Sometimes that passion runs out. Sometimes that motivation just is depleted. That's why you need to take a moment to breathe, get off the treadmill, and start exploring your inner world through stillness and meditation. And then we have here Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. So the divine plan is really set towards that home, okay? You're starting to see either signs or synchronicities about your movement forward, and you won't be able to really start to see those synchronicities until you start to give yourself a little bit of a break and start to sort of tune in to your inner deeper wisdom, okay? But your divine plan is, as such, you can choose the route you want to go to, but there's certain divine aspects of your life that you need to achieve, that you had a soul contract with. And if you trust in your intuition, you will be guided there with a lot more ease and less resistance if you're able to be flexible. So we'll plop over here. So I'm feeling that also. It's like you've been working really, really hard, and it's like go, 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 go constantly. And with that comes a certain kind of rhythm and a routine that you're so used to. You just sort of on the treadmill, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But if you imagine a treadmill, it goes the same direction. So it's a continual pattern. It's a continual cycle. It doesn't go anywhere. It just keeps going and on and on and on and on. And you need to step off of that to be able to start to explore life and creativity and all around you, and start to be more flexible. Because when you're stuck in a very kind of routined lifestyle, something where everything is planned down to the last 5 minutes, what happens is very little room for maneuver, very little room for error, very little room for spontaneity and exploration. So it's calling on you to really sort of step back from that, to allow yourself room to sort of stretch in different areas, because that is where you're going to start to see, it's like, I don't know why I'm hearing, you start to see the heart of the matter. You start to see the heart of the matter, whether that is intuitively with regards to where your path is going, your life path is going, or you start to see a new romance on the horizon, or a sort of a renewal in your relationship. You start to sort of pick up on things that perhaps you didn't pick up on before, because you were distracted by your sense of your routine, this treadmill. Woof, 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 woof. So you need to sort of slow down, and not even just slow down, just stop for a wee moment and start to listen to your inner voice. Let's see what we have for you for Aries, July 2020. Can we have 5 cards, please? Aries, July 2020, 5 cards. I want to come up. 7 of water. Okay. You've got options that you're weighing up. Many options. Yeah, 4 more cards, please, for Aries. July 2020. As I said before, if you get bored of my shuffling, just fast forward. Ooh, I want to jump up. Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot. Now the Chariot is coming up with a lot of cards these days. So I feel like the eclipse energy is really propelling people forward. 4 of Fire, which is a 4 of Wands traditionally. This is a beautiful spread so far. Beautiful spread. Right, can we have one more, please? One more, please, for Aries, July 2020. This is lovely. This is lovely for you. One more, please, for Aries. Thank you. Oh, they want to give us 2, so we'll take the 2. 2 of Earth. Finding balance. Could be a bit of a juggling act. And then we've got 7 of Earth. So this is really kind of nurturing and starting to sow seeds moving forward. So Aries, I've got to say, off the front of this looks really positive for you, which is really nice, really nice. You've got 2 7s as well. Right, let's see. 7 of water. What's going on with these options? What are these options that are presented to Aries? Thank you. Okay. Whether to move on to calmer waters or not. Let's see. So something has maybe been a little bit heavy, a bit more, too much in the mental body, and you're wanting to sort of move away from that and find a little bit more of purity and simplicity. What else? What else do we have for 7 of water, please? Thank you. Queen of Cups. So there could be a question about motherhood. There could be a question about your mother involved. Could also be a question about a friend, family member, co-worker. Do you stay the distance? Do you go the distance? What other options do we have for 7 of water, please. Because the Seven of Water is all about that sort of daydreaming aspect. Do you start a new position, a new project, a new job? Okay, now I see why. I see why there's a lot of options here now. Okay, so, right. Can we have another few cards, please? The Seven of Water for Aries. Thank you. I'll take these. Eight of Wands. So this could be air travel. This could be communication coming in fast. Ace of Cups. Brand new love cycle. Okay. So this would be something that's emotionally exciting for you and fulfilling for you. This could be new love. If you're already in a position, in a relationship, this could be a renewal of that. Then we have Nine of Wands, because we got the same card again. So this is exactly the same card, right? Seven of Cups equals the Seven of Water. So they usually tell me this when I need to sort of move on. So you are starting July off with these, with the mindset of, like this. Okay. You are weighing up your options. You are weighing up your options. Basically, you feel like you have been in the mental body too much. You've been over-analyzing. You've been trying to figure out which direction to go in. Now, this could be motherhood. Do you want to become a parent? Do you want to commit to your family? Or do you feel like you are, now obviously the Queen of Cups could be male or female, but is that very caring, nurturing person. So do you follow this person, or do you follow an element of becoming a parent? Okay. Do you start a whole new career, a whole new job? Do you invest in a brand new romantic cycle? Okay. Do you decide you want to travel somewhere and move somewhere else? And all of these thoughts, all of these options are weighing you down, and you feel a bit tired, because basically at the moment you've been feeling a bit tired with life. You've been feeling like you're not getting anywhere fast. And at the moment you're starting to explore options, and which requires flexibility, of course, right? Now, what I would say to you is that of all these options, we have two aces. Okay? So what this tells me is that Spirit has your back. It says if you want something that's emotionally fulfilling, go for it. The potential is there. It's long-standing. It can make it happen. If you want to start a new project of some sort, go ahead. You have the green light. We'll help you. We will support you in this. You see what this card is? Here. Divine plan. Whatever you're going to do, whichever way you decide to go, whether it's becoming a parent, whether it is starting a new relationship, whether it is traveling somewhere, because we've got two travel cards over here, both over water and one over air. If basically whichever way you want to go, they're saying you're laying down the foundations and you're following your divine plan. Doesn't matter which way you get there, you'll be on the right track. Okay? So I don't think that really helps your situation in terms of what to decide. But of course I can't decide for you. Only you can. All I'm saying to you is that you're looking for, ultimately, the thing that you're looking for is more of a sense of peace within. Okay, so whichever however way you respond to that, what is going to bring you more sort of contentment and more of calmer aspect within? That's the key to answering your question. You can do any one of these things, and these are all available for you. They're all promising. They can all be done. So the choice is really yours, but whatever you choose, see, that's why it's also flexibility. You sort of do it backwards and forwards. But whatever you choose, if it helps you to get out of this, oh, I don't know what to decide feeling, then question that, which is going to give me more inner peace and contentment, which is going to be a bit more calm and smoother. You can certainly try both. But then you might end up having a bit of a juggling act. So you might want to, both you can absolutely try, but all I would say then is that perhaps your energies will be a little bit diluted. So just to be aware of that. So let's go on to Fortune's Wheel for you. Why is Fortune's Wheel here for you, please? Aries, July 2020. The good fortune coming to Aries. Now this is obviously a gift from Spirit. It changes everything up and says, you know what? You've been through a rough time. We are going to give you a little helping hand here. And you don't see it coming. Thank you. Okay, Fortune's Wheel. Where you've been having sleepless nights over the situation, where you've been anxious, where you have felt at a complete loss. In some cases, there might be even some backstabbing or betrayal that you've been feeling, but these are shitty cards, right? The end of the cycle of this difficulty that you have been feeling. Can we have another? You see the bottom of the deck was the Nine of Cups. So what this tells me is Fortune's Wheel is tipping the balance where you have been feeling so stressed out and don't know how to move your... I'm feeling like this is a month for really looking at forward momentum for your future. This is not just dealing with the month. This is dealing with your future, okay? And this is what you've been stressing over, because you've had so much loss and you've had it. Now, don't forget, 9s and 10s mark endings, okay? A 9 in numerology is an ending. A 10 reduces to a 1, which is 1 plus 0 is 10. 10s are both endings and the mark of a new beginning, okay? So Fortune's Wheel is coming in to say, we hear you. The grandmother of Jesus, Anna, is saying, I hear you, I've heard, I felt your pain, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put an end to the cycle. This is the wheel where you've been on the moment, and the wheel is tipping upwards in your favor now. Okay, you're having enough of this because the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups, which is that wish fulfillment. Okay, and it's whichever wish you decide. Let us clarify the Chariot card, please. Why is the Chariot card here, please? Ace of Swords, so you come into truth. You come to see a situation from a whole new perspective. You start to see the real clarity of the situation. Sometimes this isn't so nice because we perhaps have had been in a state of daydreaming, and then the truth gun comes in and goes, this is how it really goes. This is, see the truth now. See the truth. No blinkers on anymore. None of this hazy fight, because all of these are up in the clouds, So the Chariot allows you start to see the truth from the situation about how you want your future lifestyle to be. So this is happy home. This is 4, which is all about structure and balance and solid foundations. This is a happy home. This could even indicate holiday, marriage. It's basically happy home lifestyle, okay? And you're starting to see the truth in it. So let's see if there's anything else for the Chariot before I... Anything else for the Chariot, please? Oh, here we go. I jumped out. Right. So Fortune's Wheel comes into play and it says, I see you, I hear you, you've gone through, it's been a bit heavy in the mental body, and we're putting an end to some of the suffering, some of the stress and anxiety you've been feeling. We're tipping it in your favor, and with that tipping, it's like you're ready to now drive forward, drive your Chariot forward, because now you can see the clarity of how you want your lifestyle to be. You're starting to see it very, very, very clear. But with that means that you decide you need to walk away from things that no longer serve you. So you can't very well have a new beginning until you make the space to allow for those things to change. And that could mean walking away. Now, if you are in a partnership, it could be walking away from that partnership because you don't see that happy home happening, right? You're starting to see the clarity in it now. You're starting to see it because you're like, this is my life. I'm ready. I'm on the move. I need to make something happen. You see it now. You want that. And perhaps if you're in a partnership, you need to walk away because it's not, you're not getting it. It's not happening, right? It's not happening. And if that happens, a new romantic cycle will come. It could also be, if it's not to do with romance, it could be to do with perhaps it's a work situation that, you know what, it's just not fulfilling you to the degree that you wanted to, and you want to make this, you've got a brand new beginning, you've got this brand new idea that you really want to invest in. You want to, it's all about, it's never mind about money, never mind about money. This for you is passion, enthusiasm, moving forward, you know, all that solar plexus energy, that fire in your belly, that thing that really gets you up in the morning. So it could be that you're walking away from another position that you've had enough of because it no longer suits the lifestyle that you want. You want this lifestyle and it's not suiting it. It could be friends that are no longer in tune with you because you want, you now see the clarity of what it means and what it feels for you to have that happy home, that happy lifestyle, the dream lifestyle, right? You will get it because we've got the wheel of fortune in your favor, and we've got divinity with the plan over there. Okay, so what's going to happen with the Chariot? You're going to have this aha moment about what it is you really want, and you will be able to decide because you'll get the clarity on which of these sort of options that you've been playing with, which one is better suited to you. And once you've decided that and have the decision, you're able to walk away for the things that are no longer suiting you, right? So that you can make room to begin on the right I wanted to say track and plan at the same time, so it was this divine plan, laying foundations. You're starting to build, right? You've been through you've done a little bit of everything now, right? You've tried everything out. Candles burnt out. Tried everything out. Now you want to really lay foundations down for your future. You're like, I've learned so much. I see things now. I see things clearly now. This is what I want. And you taking the Chariot and you driving forward. Four of Fire is the same card as this, so it's nice to get confirmations. Exactly the same card. So now we're moving on to, once you've decided, yes, I need to walk away from this in order to embrace this new change. What is this Four of Fire here, please? I don't know why, but I'm feeling really like angsty, but frustrated, but excited at the same time doing this reading. Some readings I feel quite soft and gentle. Some I feel like ooh la la, all that sort of stuff. For now, I feel like you've had enough. I'm feeling like you've had enough. You see it now. You're sick of wondering. You're sick of playing mind games with yourself. You see it now. You can see where you've been hurting and suffering. You've had enough. You see it now. Now you want to charge forward. You see it all clearly now and you want this. That's why I'm feeling Four of Fire. Can we clarify the Four of Fire, please? Four of Pentacles. Okay, so it might be a case of your happy home and happy lifestyle moving forward requires you to save a bit of money. Start to be a bit more careful of your resources. Maybe even be a bit more careful with the time you spend with people. Maybe there's certain people, maybe that is what's coming into over here. Maybe you're walking away from the amount of time that you spend people, so you're holding back. You see how he's holding his pentacles to his heart. Now, obviously, this could also be, you know, saving money and looking for the future because he's looking ahead to the future. But it could also be where if those were to represent his energy and his time, he's like, you know, it's not serving me anymore. I want my happy home. Everything I do is going to be towards my happy home. What else do we have for the Four of Fire, please? Thank you. Oh la la, 10 of Pentacles, baby. Right, so this talks about long-term stability and security. Either property, money, but it represents security. Now, this could be some money coming to you. as a result of inheritance or as a result of a gift or unforeseen or money. This is like a family card. So this often could be like either help from the family or something to do with longevity. But over here we've got savings as well, right? So I feel like there might be an element of you've decided that in order to have that lifestyle and that home that you want, that happy home, you're going to save money to get your pot all ready to be able to perhaps buy, because Pentacles talks about money and it talks about property, everything on a practical level. Anything else, please, regarding this? Anything else, please? Another Pentacle. Three of Pentacles. So this is you kind of going back on maybe something you've worked on before. Okay, going back to a project or an idea that you've had before and tweaking it, perfecting it, working on it. Perhaps you're collaborating with other people on it and you're associating with other people. It is promising because it's number 3, so it's a very creative card. So I feel like the decisions you make, not only are they going to be this after this clarity moment of, you know what, this no longer serves me, I'm moving away. But then the decision that you make is not only something that's going to be on calmer waters, but you start to perceive it in the way of a very practical application. So you're like, well, you know what? Maybe I want this new love. Maybe I want to become a parent. Maybe I want a new job opportunity or start a new project. Maybe I want all of those things. But what is a common denominator in all of those things? Money. You need money and a sense of happy home. And maybe that happy home is property, okay? Something that you own. Right? So it seems like how you moving ahead is not only being careful and walking away by from time wasters, people who are draining your energy and it's no longer serving you. You're pulling back on that and you're starting to look at the future and you start to think, okay, well, anything that I want to do requires a little bit of a pot of gold. And so I'm going to put my efforts there. And it may be that while in deciding and figuring that out, it could be that this putting money together, because this could be other people joining you in finances, maybe as an investment, it could be that that is what propels a new sort of project or venture, or the ability, you know, having the resource to have children, or this, if you wanted to travel and move abroad somewhere, it could mean that too. Ultimately, you're seeing as the common denominator, the common thread is having that little investment. Now, obviously, at the moment with the pandemic and with the economic crisis is as it is, and with all the predictions that are going on, both on a sort of psychic level as well as economic predictions and forecasts, it looks like investment-wise, yes, you can buy some property, but a lot of places for the next couple of years, property levels will probably will crash and go down. So either you can wait until that moment where property is gone much lower and then it becomes affordable, firstly. Or secondly, perhaps whatever you do have and whatever you can save up, you can invest in gold. Because property and gold are two things that are always valuable. Gold more so a precious metal. So that will be that safeguard while things happen with, especially if cash decides to be discontinued and everything becomes all digital, or they create some sort of new Bitcoin, new currency in the marketplace. Whichever way that goes, gold will be a safe bet. Property would be a safe bet if you can get it cheap, so wait until it crashes a bit. But if you're living on it, because then at least it's your security. But I wouldn't buy immediately. If you had the opportunity to buy immediately, I would wait a year or so, because things are going to crash. So you don't want your market value to crash. It will go up again eventually, obviously. So if you're living on the property, fine. But if you're looking to invest, to sell, to make a profit, it's not going to happen in the next couple of years. So, Two of Earth. Why is it Two of Earth here? This balancing act, or this, it's a balancing act or juggling act, or basically managing your finances in such a way that you can still save on the side. Why is it Two of Earth here, please? Thank you. Oh, we've got two. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. So again, now we're moving back into the mental space. You are now standing in your truth. You're now standing firm and upright, and you're not going to handle any bullshit. You say, this is mine, this is mine. Tough. You're starting to become very, it's almost like your language, the way you speak becomes a bit more clipped, because everything you're saying has got an edge to it. And it's not an edge in a nasty way. It's more like in a self-assured way. So I feel like you are moving more into that, because you know what you know what you know. You've had this moment here, okay? And this clarity doesn't come without its, you don't come into clarity unless you've been in a fog for a long time, right? It doesn't come up unless you need it to come up. So once you're there and you've got this chariot to drive forward, you don't have time for any time wasters. You don't have any time for those who are going to sort of be backstabbers and you know, people who are selfish, who are only looking after themselves. You don't have time for that anymore. You're standing in your power. You're standing in your truth, because finally, after such a long time, you're able to be true to yourself, because you see something so clearly. So clearly. It's clear now. You see it. And once you know the truth about yourself, you can no longer lie to yourself, and you can no longer lie to anybody else. So there's sort of an edge to your language over July, from mid-July moving onwards, where you have a certain authority to your voice. You have that certain kind of, this is how it is. I'm very clear now with what I'm doing. And with that comes that element of purity, because with the purity of that, it's almost like there's no point in beating around the bush. There's no point in any hidden agendas. You're not going to stand for it. I'm not saying that you've gone through that, but all I'm saying is that anyone around you who likes to tiptoe and beat around the bush, you don't have time for it, because you've walked away from it. It's boring now. It's boring. And what you're doing is everything becomes crystal clear. The purity comes up, okay? Anything else for the Two of Earth? Anything else for the Two of Earth, please? I'm not picking up on the new romantic cycle begins yet, but maybe it's still coming. I mean, it could very well be over here. So maybe it's come through because it is one of the options that could, where you spend your energy. But everything else is really kind of monetary based, unless the new cycle, the new romantic cycle is affecting how you see your lifestyle. And if it's that case, then it is manifesting in the way of your sort of resources, your practical resources. But otherwise, I'm not really seeing anything here. Let's see, what else do we have, please? Two of Earth. Okay, nothing else for the Two of Earth. All right. Okay, final card, Seven of Earth. Let's see what we have here. What are you standing up for? So you're protecting what's yours here. You're standing in your truth. You're defending yourself. Thank you. And you're working hard. You're working hard in your finances. You're working hard. You're working hard on saving. You're working hard on this brand new. I think everything is focusing really on this Four of Wands feeling. Okay. What makes me happy? What's going to create a happy, stable lifestyle and home? And it's not just home. It's like your home, your home that represents a particular type of lifestyle that you've always craved. Anything else, please, for Seven of Earth? I feel like you might be doing your, well, nice. You got the sun. This is the first time the sun has come up all day, and I've done quite a lot of readings. The sun. The sun is shining for you. There is illumination to the situation. There is wealth. There is prosperity. There is health. There is abundance here. Beautiful. And I feel like, oh, let's just see if there's anything more that comes up with the Seven of Earth before I get involved in that. Seven of Earth. Okay, that's too many cards, but I'll take that. Okay. So you are now, as a result of all this, you are now standing up for yourself. You can now see clearly, and you're now at the point where you are protecting what is yours. Absolutely, right? But it may mean that you need to do, it could be that you need to, I don't want to say court case or anything like that, because I don't see many legal cards here, but it could be in a way that you, for example, you are now working towards saving up to make an investment, and there's some sort of contract that needs to be decided. I feel like that you will be in the opportunity to present your case, you know, and it might take a little bit of extra work, a little bit more research. I don't know why, but I'm feeling here thinking outside the box, potentially also, it's not working, it's not playing the system, it's like, and it's not necessarily looking through loopholes. What I see this is in order to create this Four of Wands feeling and standing in your own stead, you've done your research, and I mean, you know, I want to say the ins and outs of the duck's arse, but you know, you've done your research, so you know every aspect, every avenue about what it is that you seem to be applying for. I feel like you're applying for something, okay? And then we've got the Sun card. So the Sun brings great joy and victory to the situation. You are able to do it. And I feel like the Sun also sheds light on any sort of tension or animosity, competition, or conflict that either has been in the workplace or sort of in the background. You can see it now for what it truly is, and you are able to stand in your power. Oh, that's a lot. So, bottom of the deck. Nice. Bottom of the deck for the month of July for you, Aries, is a King of Fire. Now that's you. The King of Fire is a King of Wands, which is that fire energy, which is you. This spirit is very entrepreneurial, has leadership skills, has a charisma, has a foresight, has an energy and the motivation to get things happening. So basically, again, you've got this heart chakra, which is opening up for you. Very, very strong, okay? And you're driven by that. You are driven by that. So whether that becomes a relocation, a change in career, a change in partnership, there is some sort of moving away and starting and seeing things clearly and starting something new that's happening for your future. And you can do it. And remember, everything is divinely guided. You need to be able to do all this, but allow yourself some time for maneuver, allow your time some space to breathe and to see situations clearly, because when you go all the time, you can't see things as they clearly are, okay? The only thing is with this, because every space you're going to, every path, any path you take will lead you home, okay? You just need to give yourself a bit of time to listen to your inner voice. A new romantic cycle begins. I didn't see much coming up here at all. I think this only came up for those who are deciding to take, because this is basically new love to the situation. This could be someone coming in and offering their love. Or this could be, if you're in a relationship, a renewal of that, okay? So I think it's come up because if you decide to, because you've got all these decisions to make, if you decide to go down that route, that's how that will pan out. I think it's pulling from that energy over there. But ultimately, that's not really where your focus is on. It's like, yeah, romantic cycle, yes, the romantic aspect is your 5th house, and what you're really wanting is the 7th house. And 7th house is a commitment of the romance. So that's why I see all this other energy here. It's got nothing to do with the emotional side of things. It's about coming clear. Yes, a romantic side can come in, and that'd be great. Or or it could be that is what fuels everything. But it's not like you are, even though you're driven by the heart space over here, that is an underlying motivation, but you are having to use your wits in other aspects, right, to get that, to nurture that. But you're having to have have a life overview, you know, review almost, and kind of go, boop, boop, tick that, tick that, tick that. I'm going to leave that, okay? Because I know what I really want is this, you know, and that, and that. Sorry about that. My camera just cut out there for a second. So what I was saying was that your driving force, your underlying motivation is love, fulfillment, and passion, right? But the way you are applying and approaching yourself is stretching yourself in different aspects and applying different, the tools of very earthbound money, property, practical aspects to achieve, to accommodate the driving force. Okay, so Aries, those are your messages for the month of July 2020. I hope this resonated. If it did resonate, please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification button so that you can be notified for future videos that I put online. And I wish you all the very best for July, and I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Bye.